right, here we go. The first solo episode of BarnBurner Bets, and it is the Waste Management Phoenix Open Edition. It's a big golf tournament here in Arizona, and man, we got a loaded field. We got a lot to talk about. We got bets to win. We got top five, top 10 players to watch, and some other things we'll include in there as well. Um, First off, if you haven't bet golf very often, the kind of the way I attack it is, especially at the beginning of a tournament before it starts, looking at these odds, you get a lot of big long shot odds. And so for me, I take it very low, low risk, so like $1 to $5, $1 to $10 on some of these guys, and kind of see how the tournament progresses, and then kind of make more investments as the tournament goes on. Like Saturday and Sunday, being able to live bet and look at some of the odds like that and know who's in contention, who's playing well, and who's kind of struggling, and knowing all that information. But there are some fun bets to look at, and you can be profitable in with betting pre-tournament. And so right now, let's go. Like, my top three favorites that I think can win the tournament would be Justin Thomas at plus 1,000, Max Homa at plus 1,400, and then Jordan Spieth at plus 2,000. So these guys all experienced, especially JT and Jordan Spieth, very experienced, have won a lot. Max Homa practices down here quite a bit, is very familiar with this course, and kind of made it almost not his home course, but he's played here quite a few times, and kind of just he's looking to get a big tournament win. And this tournament, while it might not be a major, is a very big tournament and important to a lot of all these people. Like John Rahm, that's on the Live Tour now, was kind of saying this week that he's missing this tournament, and like it's kind of emotional about it because he's went to ASU. He's an Arizona guy. This is kind of hit one of his tournaments he looked forward to each and every year. So it is a big tournament for these guys. Um, Going forward, and kind of the feels like the start of the new golf year to a lot of fans, especially. So I will be boots on the ground on Saturday. I'm very excited to be there, very excited to go see this. You'll probably see a couple of videos and pictures, maybe some live odds updates on BarnBurner Bets on Saturday while I'm there. But yeah, so those guys are my top three of probably my favorites to win based on the odds. Like a guy like Scotty Scheffler has won it the last 2 years. Obviously could win again, but he's only at like plus 500. Still great odds, but you kind of got to make a little bit more investment to turn your money over. As here, you can kind of go $2 to $5 and win a good amount. And again, it's low risk bets right now for these. Um, and then you kind of look into some guys that have some longer odds to win it, like a guy like Cam Young, who's been very competitive on the tour so far in his young career. He's plus 3,500 to win this thing. Siwoo Kim, another young guy that's been competitive, looking for that first win or looking to cement himself into the PGA Tour. He's plus 5,500 to win this thing. And then you got the real long shots, like a guy like Joel Damon is plus 30,000. Is it probably going to happen? No, or plus 50,000, excuse me. Is it really probably going to happen? No. But a dollar turning into 500, if it did happen, would be nice to have, obviously. So, as far as the winning the tournament goes, pre tournament starting, that's kind of how I look at it. Those are the guys I'm looking at for this tournament, to kind of hopefully get a couple longer odds wins in the week in going through this tournament. And then you kind of look at some top five guys. And like again, you can look at Max Homa at plus 400, JT plus 260, Scheffler plus 120, a guy like Sam's Burns plus 450. So obviously there's only five spots there. And you could still throw in Jordan Spieth, Cam Young for some bigger, longer odds on that end too. And then again, all these guys are eligible for top 10 finishes. And I think Scotty Scheffler is like minus 165, I think, if I remember right, to have a top 10 finish. And like, so that you could be a little bit more aggressive with these top five, top tens. You can be a little bit more aggressive with, because you're not trying to pick out of a field of 100 some guys, one guy to win the tournament. You're just hoping they finish in the top 10, and it includes the ties. It includes everything. Like if your guy's tied for 10th, that's a top 10 finish. And everything like that. So like a couple more guys for top 10 to look at would be Matt Fitzpatrick. He's won the US Open. has been very competitive in all the tournaments he's played, plus 300. And then a guy like Min Woo Lee, it's his first year with his tour card, with like being officially in the tour. He's been competitive, so he's plus 320 for a top 10 finish. And then kind of looking at some of the guys that are kind of probably perceived as like no-name guys or unknowns. There's a guy named Jake Knapp. And this guy, if you go look at his golf swing, is as pure as it gets. And I think he's a younger guy that's going to have probably a pretty successful PGA Tour career, hopefully. And so a guy like him to get into the top 10 is like plus 1200, and then to win the tournament is plus 2200 and plus 22,000, excuse me. And like a guy like this can kind of take that next step. Like even if he doesn't win the tournament, but like a top 10 finish just throws him into a different category. And kind of cements himself into the PGA Tour and as a player to watch. But he has a beautiful golf swing. The ball just gets smoked off his club. It's a it's a good it's a good player to watch if you're watching in Thursday, Friday. Not sure who some of these guys are. If you can find him on somewhere to watch, it's a great guy to watch just hit the golf ball. And then I think that JT's been playing really good golf lately. Justin Thomas, very good golf. Seems like he's back. Seems like he's where he needs to be for him to be competitive in this tournament and possibly win it. My bet with JT that I'm being a little bit more aggressive with is him to be the first round leader after day one on Thursday, and that's plus 2,200. I think he's got a great chance to go in there, light it up, and be that guy that is sitting in first going into the next day. Um, he's he's gonna have a strong opening day. He's had strong opening days in his tournaments he's played so far this year. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at with the opening of this tournament. Um, the You'll be able to follow along on BarnBurner Bets as we get into the weekend, and the cuts on Friday. So we get into the weekend, there'll be Saturday. I'll be at the tournament, probably see some updates from different viewpoints of the tournament, some players that are in contention, possibly take like some videos of them, stuff like that. And then Saturday night and Sunday morning, there'll probably be some updates on live odds, who I think is probably the best guy to win at that moment, who's playing the best, who's kind of, just on the verge of getting that win. And that will all be on BarnBurner Bets Twitter account. And so keep following on that. But other than that, for the waste management, that is all we have for today. Just want to say thank you for listening. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter, BarnBurner Bets, BarnBurner Sports, and keep following along. Thanks. See ya.